What's good, everybody? Jack and Lockie here from the Harbour Rundown podcast after about a week of absence. We've tried to keep the consistency up here on the channel. Obviously, we're trying to do about 3 a week. We've now built a schedule actually that will help us achieve that. But yeah, been super busy working, and Lockie's with uni now. So it's good that we built a kind of schedule to just not necessarily get it out of the way, but be able to be somewhat efficient with our lives. Today's episode is a free agency review, which is still ongoing, but majority of all the free agents have been signed or traded, or basically the offseason is coming to an end. As some leagues started, where we've seen the young rookies and young stars trying to make the league showcase what they got. LiAngelo Ball has been really good, and I'm actually really happy for him. We might do some summer league content at some stage, but for now, we're doing a free agency review. We did a preview about 2 weeks ago, and most of them were somewhat the same as what happened in real life.
We were thinking of rumors, and because I'm thinking what teams need certain players, but certain rumors I just had no idea. DeMar to the Bulls, who would have pitched that?
Came out of nowhere.
And a couple of other ones, like Whiteside to the Jazz. What the fuck?
It's good. It's great backup, but yeah. So what we've done is we've listed all the teams that have actually done something. Most of the teams. Obviously, Cleveland's not on there because they've been really quiet, but I think they're just trying to build through the draft. I don't think they're really trying to attract many free agents. And the Sixers are not on the list, but they obviously signed Andre Drummond.
And then
re-signed Danny Green. Andre Drummond, I think he'll be good as a six-man.
Definitely.
And kind of be able to fill in when, say, touch wood that Joel Embiid doesn't get hurt. But if that's the case, then obviously can step in. Obviously won't have the same amount of impact, but honestly, I'm not even mad that it's a good signing, cheap, a big body, a rebounder. Still don't know what they're going to do with Simmons yet. Okay, so I'm a Cavs fan. And my cousin actually messaged me the other day saying, "What about Simmons to the Cavs?" And I was like, I wouldn't even be mad at the prospect of Ben Simmons playing for my team because Cleveland did a really good job at developing the young players' shot. Garland and Sexton, obviously, they improved from their first few years. Isaac Okoro's improved in the summer league, and obviously Kevin Love with the reps he was doing, he really changed himself when he was in Cleveland to become a stretch. And I actually think a new city that is completely different to Philly, completely different team that will not even be as well. They have the potential to be really good this year, but they're very inexperienced. Having a Ben Simmons come on board, and I think the only thing is they'll have to trade either Garland and Sexton, and I think Sexton's going to be the one that would be traded in that.
He's the most.
He's the most attractive. He's the most attractive though as well.
But the only problem, being a 20-point scorer already.
100%, and that's what they need. But he's very undersized. He's 6'2" or something for a guard. Very undersized in today's NBA, where most of the guards are around 6'4", 6'3". So obviously Garland, Simmons would play the point. Garland would play kind of a combo guard. Then we obviously got Isaac Okoro, who's a 3-and-D guy. Evan Mobley, who just got drafted, who's been somewhat productive. Well, he's been showing some flashes of greatness in the summer league so far. Really inefficient, but that's just kind of going to happen when he's getting most of the shots anyways. And then Jared Allen. So I think it's an interesting concept. And I did a little 2K thing. And I actually got back. I traded Sexton and K Love for Ben Simmons and Australia's hero.
No.
No, it would never happen. It would never. They would never ever do it.
No, I'm
but
saying no
like,
because as a Sixers fan,
yeah,
that would
no.
kill me.
It was like the prospect of having both of them on the team.
Wow.
That was just very interesting.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
so that's just like we just completely went off track there. But Simmons to
Nah.
the Cavs could actually. I honestly wouldn't be mad either way with what happens, but I think Cavs would be like it would be a good fit.
Yeah.
No pressure because like no one's going to watch Cleveland basketball. Honestly,
Yeah, well, he's a socialite, so
he's a socialite. That's the only problem.
Complain.
Cleveland is that was the same as K Love when he was there.
Mm.
I'm reading a book at the moment on LeBron's return to Cleveland, and they were talking about Brian Windhorst was talking about how K Love was not even interested at all in coming to Cleveland because when they got the number 1 pick for Wiggins, they actually offered it before LeBron even got there. And K Love was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm not going to Cleveland because there's nothing there." And then obviously when LeBron gets there, he's like, "Yeah, I want to go." Okay, so that's out of the way. A bit of a Ben Simmons splurge. So Lockie has actually written all of this. So if he gets anything wrong, we can blame it on him.
Yeah.
But knowing Lockie, he would never fuck anything up.
Not me.
Lockie, you start.
I always hit my shots. I want to talk about. I really like the Jazz to start off with. Re-signing Mike Conley, he fits perfect, and then trading for. Did they sign Eric Pascal?
I think they traded a second-round pick.
They traded, yeah.
Warriors got nothing for him.
Which is a steal, and also he's mates with Donovan Mitchell, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Having Rudy Gay, that's perfect. 4 who can play the 3, who can score. He's a right defender. And then getting Hassan Whiteside off the bench, nah, that's ridiculous. Because normally when Rudy Gobert goes out the game, they'll attack the rim. They'll use Derek Favors a lot in the pick and roll because he's not as good as Rudy Gobert in defending the paint. But like, imagine like that's going to be so tough for teams to come up against. I'll talk about that one there, but yeah.
I think the Jazz just did a really good job of just signing solid role players that will affect winning. You brought back Conley, who he was out for a fair chunk of the season, but when he was playing, he was really good. He can easily average 10 assists a game if you really wanted to. He can average 20 points if you wanted to. And then you bring in Eric Pascal, who missed all of last season, I'm pretty sure, or majority of last season. But he showed in his rookie year that he can stretch the floor. He's a playmaker. He can somewhat defend on ball. In the paint, he's a bit of a liability because he's a bit undersized at the 4. But then you've got Rudy Gay, who's got playoff experience. He can stretch the floor. He's still athletic. People write him off because he's inconsistent and he's old, but like the Jazz is a team that makes all their players shine, I think.
Yeah.
And you see that from I feel like Rudy Gay will play like a Royce O'Neal role,
like a real solid
defense, because Rudy's not a very he'll act as like that stretch four that can also he's a bit of a big body, but he's obviously not going to have the same defensive impact as Royce O'Neal, but he'll fit into the team the same kind of way.
Yeah.
And having Rudy Gay, I'm assuming he'll come off the bench. Be really good. And then obviously Hassan Whiteside, who didn't have a good year last year, didn't get much playing time. I still don't understand why.
He's lazy as hell.
He's lazy as hell. Yeah. But in a system where they prioritize rim protection and having Gobert and Whiteside as your 2 rim protectors, that is like unbelievable. And Quinn Snyder has made Rudy Gobert shine on defense, and I think he'll do the same with Whiteside. Only thing is that teams are going to expose both of them if they go 5 out. So it's not like they have. It's good that they got Rudy Gay and Eric Pascal because they're undersized bigs that can guard on the perimeter if teams were to go 5 out. So I think Jazz had probably top 3 or top 4 best off seasons so far, and they drafted Jared Butler in the draft, who played For Baylor, he was really good for them last year. So yeah, they've had a really good offseason, really good free agency so far. Yeah. So next team, So Jazz was really good. Jazz has
I like Jazz.
We gave Jazz an A because that shit was lit. Was cool.
What about the Warriors? They're kind of interesting because like they re-signed Curry, which people like. He's obviously going to go back, but I feel like front offices get such a sigh of relief when they can re-sign a player like a star player. They got Iggy back, which is perfect. We all know that's going to work. They got Otto Porter Jr., which is going to be he's going to shine. I think with them.
I think he'll be really good.
I don't know how to say his name. Nemanja Bjelica.
Oh yeah, Bjelica.
He's such a skilled forward, and I'm so happy that they signed him because he fits so well with them. He can pass, he can shoot. Like he's so smart.
Yeah. Warriors really very interesting. Like super interesting. Iggy, I think he's just that type of player that no matter what age he is, he'll always affect winning. Like even last year for Miami, he was still pretty solid. He was a bit quiet because Miami weren't really playing well. He was in health and safety protocols for a lot of it. So, yeah, no, he will come back and literally play the same role, the exact same aggressiveness, the same style of play. And I think Warriors need that. They're going to be a top 3 seed in the East, in the West. Call me on it now. They are going to fucking come back, and they are going to be
with
a
Clay
force.
Back.
And okay, Bjelica are really good, really good. Porter Jr. are really good. 2, 3 and D guys. Bjelica is very, like you said, skilled.
Yeah.
But their draft was unbelievable. They got the cum bucket, Jonathan Kuminga.
I was waiting for
who has been in the summer. I know it's the summer league, but this guy played in the G League last year, and he fucking lit it up. He's going to be really good for them. Moses Moody, who was one of the best players in college last year, they have
They've done a good job.
If I could give A++ to the Warriors, I would give it just because they've brought Curry back, which he was never leaving. They've brought 3 really solid role players back. Well, Iggy back and Otto Porter Jr., who has had a rough career so far, but I think the Warriors are going to be perfect for him because they know how to utilize 3-and-D players. Bjelica is going to be really good too because all he has to do is stretch the floor and protect the rim. You lost Eric Pascal, but you kind of made up for it. And then Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, like, I don't even have to say anything else.
And they got Clay coming back.
They got Clay coming back. James Wiseman will be back from injury.
Oh, James Wiseman. Oh, my God.
I keep forgetting about him. I don't know how I honestly don't know how he's going to work in that system. But I don't know. So, yeah, Warriors, fantastic offseason. So, Jazz and the Warriors are in my top 5. They're probably in yours.
Yeah.
So I'll pick one here.
Yeah.
This is the obvious one. The Lakers. A lot of people are saying how they're the retirement home of the NBA. I think they've got a good mix. I think it's just old people. You also got Kendrick Nunn and Malik Monk, who I think it gives an opportunity for Malik Monk to kind of shine. Because in Charlotte, he really didn't. He wasn't. I don't know.
Didn't have that chance.
He didn't have that chance. Kemba. Really. Yeah, Kemba was taking a lot of the shine. Obviously, you're in LA, which is just like crazy. But I think he will start alongside Westbrook. I think he'll start. No,
really?
I think he'll start.
Not Taylor Horton Tucker.
No, I think he'll start. I think THT will come off the bench. Because all Malik has to do is just go out there and score the ball when he gets the ball. Like when he gets it, just create a shot.
Yeah, and he's an athlete, so just cut,
he's an athlete.
Run, yeah.
And him playing on the court with Westbrook and LeBron at the same time. Okay, so you wrote something here. You said A+ on paper, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously everyone is saying, oh, there's only one ball. Like Westbrook needs the ball, LeBron needs the ball. AD doesn't need the ball.
I don't believe in that, but yeah.
I don't believe that shit because if you're playing together in a system, Westbrook and LeBron, who in my opinion are both pass first players, the whole team is going to get 10 times better because you got two ball dominant playmakers. It's not like they're just going to score. Westbrook, I think, paired with LeBron, will be good for Westbrook because Westbrook he won't have as much of a heavy load, and I think he's kind of changed how he plays a bit now. Like he's pass first now. In his MVP year, he was score first.
Yeah,
and in the past few years, he's kind of changed to more of a pass first player. Obviously, in Washington, he kind of had to carry the load with Brad Beal, but I'm so excited to see the Lakers play. I just think it's going to work. I don't think they'll make the finals, though. That's my only.
You don't think they'll make the finals? I want them to, because Melo's on there now as well. And
I just think the West is so
Dwight's
stacked.
back.
The West is so stacked. But the Lakers are an A+ on paper, and I think they're like maybe a B+. Like if we say that the first, like honestly, they're an A+ on paper, but they're more of a B+, really.
Yeah,
or an A-, I think. Because they've built a veteran squad with a combination of young players. And don't get me, like all the players they've signed are all skilled players who play the game really well. Trevor Ariza is one of the best veteran 3-and-D forwards in the game. Dwight Howard's still an elite rim protector.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy? Wayne Ellington.
And for the money, sorry, to cut you off, but yeah.
No, but like, yeah, you're right. The money, like, they're all cheap deals. How can you, like Wayne Ellington, a sharpshooter, Melo, who has just come back from nothing, really, who's showed the NBA what they've missed kind of thing. And I think LeBron will help. LeBron and Westbrook will help the team shine crazy. It's going to be insane.
Like those role players. I feel like they need a LeBron next to them, and it's just perfect that they've all kind of come together. Like, especially like Kendrick Nunn, I feel like he's going to have that confidence to do his thing now that he's got a LeBron next to him. Like, all props to Jimmy Butler, but he's not LeBron. He's not LeBron James. So having LeBron next to him, I feel like he's going to be more confident. Same as Malik Monk.
I think it's just going to work so well. The second on the list was the Bulls. Do you want to start that one off? Because I think it was really good.
It's pretty obvious from them. I did not see them the past couple of years how they've gone. I did not see them like pleasing Zach LaVine to the point where he wants to stay. This is a really good sign from them to be like, hey, we actually care about you. We're actually giving you a team.
Yeah.
That's all I got for that. But I put an A for it. I was actually gonna go B+ because they are pretty guard heavy in terms of the star players, but still, like, you got like Vucevic as well. Kind of forgot about him, but he's one of the best offensive big men in the league. They're so solid, the Bulls. I reckon like from 5 to 8 in the East they'll make. Like,
I think I think they'll be like a 7 or 6 seed.
Yeah.
But so like with the Bulls, it's like I reckon it's the first off season in 5 years, maybe. Since honestly, I don't even know. Maybe like could be even a decade. Maybe like 8 years, maybe, since they've actually gone into a free agency and just had a plan, were aggressive with it, and knew what they were going after. If I'm DeMar DeRozan, like if I see the first signing the Bulls make is Lonzo Ball, I'm going there. Because do you know how appealing that is? A core of Vucevic, LaVine, and Lonzo to be a star like DeMar DeRozan, to go to that team, and then have Patrick Williams, who is rising really nicely. Pause. And then you got Markkanen off the bench, who I think they are going to trade, but I honestly don't even know who would trade him for. I think it's really appealing, and the Bulls, I would say, B plus, A minus, probably.
Yeah, they're gonna be happy, but it's like, can they kind of sustain this for the year? Like, a player's going to be able to play together. I think they will. Honestly, I don't think they should be worried about that. But that's just something I look into when teams get a bunch of players. But as we know with the Warriors, the whole "it's just one ball" thing doesn't really hold up because they've shown that it's fine, like it works.
Yeah. The Knicks were very interesting. They had an odd off season.
Yeah.
They focused heavily on guard play. They re-signed Nerlens Noel, who is an elite rim protector. Derrick Rose, who is Derrick Rose. We all know who he is. Taj Gibson, who is that veteran presence that kind of worked for them last year.
Yeah, he's good.
They re-signed Julius Randle, and then Evan Fournier, another guard, and then Kemba, another guard. So they've signed. They've signed two guards when you've already got quickly RJ Barrett, Derrick Rose, Quinn and Grimes, who they drafted.
Yeah,
like I don't know. There's only so many minutes that can go around.
Yeah.
Fournier is really good. I like Fournier as a player.
Yeah, he's good. It's like that money's better spent on a forward or
that's what. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it was an odd signing. Kemba I really like because it's kind of like gives him a place where he's got no pressure. He can just kind of get back and play he do what he do. Yeah. And then, so I'm not really mad at that. I think it's good for him. I was really excited when I saw the signing, but then I also thought about it. I was like, they've got a lot of guards.
Yeah.
Same with Boston. A lot of guards. They've signed Derek
Schroeder. Derek Chauvin.
Yeah, I know. That's why I paused. Dennis Schroeder.
That's tough.
He's tough, bro. Like,
no.
He must be kicking himself.
The pain. Apparently, he was in a state of shock or something after.
Oh, really? If I'm the Lakers, holy shit.
Oh, they dodged.
We dodged a bullet. But yeah, Celtics a lot of guards. They're kind of trying to figure out who is going to be their starting point guard. I think Marcus Smart should start point. And then I think
he's been there for years. Yeah.
I think Dennis Schroeder should be the sixth man. Because, look, you saw in OKC how well he shined in as a sixth man. He's not a starting point guard.
No.
He's not a floor general. He's a scorer, and he's better off the bench. Next one, I think we just have to get past that.
Yeah.
Miami, I thought had a really solid free agency.
Yes.
You lost Bielitsa, but honestly, he was off contract. But you got back some championship pedigree in Lowry and PJ Tucker. Tucker is underrated signing. He will work huge. So well with Bam because Bam is kind of like Giannis, how they're both paint mashers. So I think PJ and Bam's a playmaker at the same time. So I think PJ will fit in really nicely there.
Yeah.
Lowry will fit really well. Tyler Hero, I would suspect that he would be now the sixth man. Because now you're gonna have Lowry, Oladipo, Jimmy, Tucker, and Bam, and then Duncan Robinson will probably come off the bench with Harry. Like that is a solid bench.
That's
as well.
Really good bench.
I think they traded away Lowry, right? They traded away Dragic to Toronto for Lowry. I noticed the other day they traded Precious Achiuwa as well.
I was gonna say I thought he was off the bench, but
yeah, no, he was playing in the Raptors G League game, Summer League game. I was like, what? So they've lost a bit of paint presence there, but he didn't really play that much last year.
I was excited for him just based off his Olympics campaign, just like from the little clips I saw. But that's all right.
Yeah. Oh well. What time are we at? We've been talking for ages, like half an hour or something.
Yeah, it'd be like half an hour.
Nice. All right.
Run through a couple more. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll run through a couple more. I'm basically just going through the list.
Yeah.
The Hornets signed Kelly Oubre, which I think is going to be fucking sick. I love Kelly Oubre, and I think
this is ratings, bro.
This is literally. If you're the NBA, you want national televised Hornets games on the TV. They're gonna sign LiAngelo Ball. I can guarantee it. They've got LaMelo. They got Miles Bridges, Gordon Hayward, who Lockie forgot they had. He said in the notes, "I forgot they had Gordon Hayward." Lol.
He's a forgettable bro.
So they obviously lost Devontae Graham to the Pelicans, which I think is a really good signing for the Pelicans. But then obviously opens up minutes for Rozier and LaMelo. I think the NBA is dumb if they don't have at least 5 nationally televised games next year. And people are gonna fill up those seats to watch that. Like, holy shit, man!
Yeah, and what have the Hornets got to lose as well if they just get LiAngelo?
Exactly,
like, you got ratings. Just get that
ratings just to go fucking up.
Yeah.
So you have a starting 5 probably of LaMelo, Rozier, and then Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, and they lost Cody Zeller, Kai Jones, who they drafted. Kai Jones is kind of like just like an elite rim protector, but still, like, he'd fit well with that because PJ Washington's obviously a stretch 4, and he can mash inside. So I think they're going to be really entertaining to watch. The Bucks, they had a quiet offseason. They obviously lost PJ Tucker. They got Bobby Portis back. Grayson Allen to trade him Rodney Hood, who kind of honestly forgot about him, to be honest.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of Rodney Hood. So
I've always liked him. It's
hard to see him like shipped around, but I like him on the Bucks, same as Grayson Allen.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Bucks lost Bryn Forbes. I think Bryn Forbes went back to the Spurs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Kind of
wanted the Cavs to sign him, but it's all right. The Clips obviously re-signed Kawhi, re-signed Reggie Jackson. Shocking
that was
shocking trade today.
No one wins.
Shocking trade. They obviously see something in Eric Bledsoe that no one does. Because what the fuck? You traded away a bulldog in Beverly and Rondo, who is one of the best point guards of all time. But I get they're old. They're kind of like past their time. But you bring in you lose those 2 for Eric Bledsoe. I don't know how.
I think it was cap.
I think it was cap. Yeah, something like that. Because
it was like maybe like $7 million. I'm pretty sure
it wasn't that much. I think it was to get them under like the luxury tax or something.
Yeah, it might have
been.
Which
is like, but still, like I think Bledsoe will be pretty good.
He's solid.
LA.
Yeah,
I think he's a solid point guard. Yeah.
He is.
Honestly, he's a solid point guard, but like he's nothing. Like he's not crazy. Like he's not.
Yeah.
And then they brought in Justice Winslow. I love it. Yes. I love it. I love Justice Winslow. He's sneakily one of my favorite players in the league.
Yeah.
Clips decent off season, nothing crazy. They obviously missed out on play. I don't think they were even looking at like Lonzo Ball and all that. I don't think they were. The Suns, Chris Paul re-signs. 2 great signings in my opinion in Landry Shaman and Elfrid Payton. Elfrid Payton he's a bit like Chris Paul, but he's not really. He's just like he's a good playmaker. He's bootleg Chris Paul. He can't shoot, but he's a floor general and he's a great defender. And I don't think he'll get much playing time, to be honest. But like it kind of, if it's maybe garbage time or Chris Paul's out for a few games, like he'll slot right in. Landry Shaman, one of the best sharpshooters in the league, he can just go on a fucking tear and drop 20 points in the quarter if he really wanted to. Great signing. The Wizards they got a fantastic return for Westbrook. If I'm a Wizards fan, I'm really excited about the prospect of the upcoming season. Obviously,
Sorry, they just got like Dinwiddie hasn't got his really chance to shine outside of Brooklyn. Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell as well. Like, it's either gonna bust, but I just see them just like having a really solid season, 8th seed type season, but way better than people think.
I think they'll be better than last year because now they've got defensive presence somewhat. I don't know what their big situation is going to be like. You've got Thomas Bryant, who's coming back from injury. You got Daniel Gafford, who was really good last year. And then you got Montrezl Harrell. I don't know how the minutes are going to work because honestly, if you're playing Montrezl Harrell with either one of those bigs, that's two front court players that can't really shoot. Thomas Bryant can somewhat stretch the floor, but he's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie, great signing. Good for Bradley Beal. Can take the pressure off because he's a scorer. He's not like Westbrook, who honestly needs the ball. Dinwiddie's just a scorer.
Yeah.
They got a lot of good assets. Kuzma is gonna average 20 points next season.
Let's say 20. I'm gonna say 17.
Something around there. Like he'll average a high count. Caldwell Pope's just gonna do his thing, 3-and-D. Aaron Holiday, I didn't even know who they signed until like a few days ago. That was one that kind of went under the radar, but he's solid.
I do got to double check that, but yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, solid signing. He'll be the backup point guard probably. And then the last team we've got. I guarantee we've missed a team. Oh, okay. Before this one, Portland have done nothing.
Yeah.
Portland have done fuck all.
Michael Napoli, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck. Mark O'Brien, if you're watching, I'm sorry because holy shit. They have robbed Damian Lillard of like some sort of just relief that you're going to be a different team next year. You lost Enes Kanter to Boston. You re-signed Norman Powell to a fucking huge deal. You lost Melo. That team, they're going to trade him. They are going to trade him without him requesting one because this is turning into a rebuild.
To do right by him, you just have to, and then start over. And I think trade CJ as well. Get him to an actual team.
Trade both of them. Trade fucking both of them. Trade him to Philly or something. I don't know. Like get him out.
Please.
Get Damian Lillard out of Portland because the organization is just fucking him in the ass, and it wouldn't feel good. Sorry, I'm just passionate about it. Like how?
Yeah, he deserves a team. Man.
Dame was a top 5 player last year, and to be on a team that has been knocked out of the first round more times than I don't know. I was gonna have a joke there, but like I just can't think.
He can only drop so much as well.
Exactly,
man.
You can He had 60 points against the Nuggets or something. No, 50 or something.
Yeah.
He had 4 clutch threes in like 2 minutes. And the team couldn't get it done because CJ steps his foot out. Nurkic and Kanter are just taking god-awful shots. Like, just get him out. Trade him to the fucking Clippers for Eric Bledsoe or something. I don't know. I don't know.
You can't... Yeah, you got to rebuild. I reckon. Yeah, look for crazy picks if you're gonna do this.
Houston,
and look for someone who's got a shit contract, but you're like, I'll take you back, and then I hope for Sixers. Doubt, but I hope for the Sixers. Yeah, if we get Dame, we're gonna win. Sorry, but then
oh man.
It's frustrating. Yeah, it is.
It's just frustrating. As an NBA fan, it's frustrating because you can't hate. You can only love Dame. You know.
Yeah, you can't hate Dame.
It sucks. The Nets solid. Bought KD back. James Johnson, who was on Lockie's Philly list. He is in Brooklyn, which I think is actually really solid. And then Patty Mills to the Nets. Bro,
let's fucking go.
Really happy for Patty. He got the bag, and he's playing in probably the NBA championship team of next year. Probably.
Nah, I see it happen.
They needed some time. Yeah, if they're healthy, they'll be sweet. But yeah, great for Patty. Finally out of San Antonio. Not that like San Antonio was bad by any means. Like they were a solid playoff team for years. We'll finish on the Hawks. They had a very quiet off season.
Yeah.
They re-signed Trae Young and John Collins, which is good because I thought Collins was going to take his talents elsewhere. I did say the Hornets, but obviously, nothing.
God, that would be ridiculous.
Crazy.
Oh.
Lou Will's back. He didn't really do much last year after the trade. But yeah, I think overall the free agency period is still going, but the offseason so far has been really good. A lot of new faces in new cities. And yeah, I honestly have no complaints about it. I just hope to God that Dame gets out of Portland sooner rather than later.
Yeah, get him out.
But yeah,
get Ben out.
Yeah.
Get Ben out of Philly, but no one wants him. But
to Cleveland. So yeah, that is the free agency review. Just a few things. I said at the start of the episode, we've written a schedule now. So for the next 4 or 5 weeks, I'm pretty sure it is, Locke. 5, maybe 6 weeks.
September, basically, yeah.
End of September, basically, this schedule will be done. We're going to be doing 2 teams every episode. We're going to be reviewing. We're going to be grading the offseason. We're going to be talking about our expectations for the upcoming season, where we think they'll be, what players we want to sign, what players we want to shine on their teams. So we'll be starting with the bottom 2 teams in each conference, and then just working our way up to like the Jazz and Philly. Yeah, Jazz and Philly. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to take up a lot of chunk of time. We're going to get Harry on the pod for a few episodes of that too.
Let's go, Harry.
So yeah, very exciting. We're still trying to work out like what we're going to do once the season starts. But if you have any suggestions, let us know. I got some big news. I bought a PS5, which was cool. I spoke to Lockie. I might be doing like a My League series as well once that obviously comes. But yeah, a lot of exciting things coming to the channel. We're loving the support. We say it every episode.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been.
We're gonna rise up.
Yeah, rise up like the cum bucket. All right.
It's that time to end.
All right, that's me, and that's Lockie. Nice. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe during this crazy time. We're not getting out of here for a while, so make sure you got the Hardwood Rundown podcast alarms set, notifications on for whenever we upload. Stay up to date with the content. Thanks for watching, guys. Like the video, comment your thoughts, subscribe, all that good shit, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Shout out Chris Daver.